You have extensions so that may affect the. Oh my Lord, what do I have? Uh, Good morning. This is Small Biz David, and thank you for coming to share to celebrate small business with me on this Saturday. Today is Small Business Saturday. Uh, it is a Originally it was created 15 years ago by American Express to promote business in communities, local communities, on this particular Saturday, the Saturday of Thanksgiving week, uh, where everything then kicks off for the rest of the season. And Small Business Saturday in my family has been something that we have celebrated Saturdays for. I'm a third generation small business owner and second generation publisher, and it's it's been a great opportunity, and putting all these pieces together. And believe me, I would not be surprised if my puzzle had about 1,000 pieces in it, just different bits of information and things I wanted to do and things I wanted to accomplish, and what's happening today and how can that improve to what it is that we're trying to do. Uh, and so it's a great place to do our thing, and to uh, continue my legacy story. This story. It started 5 years ago. I was just doing some math here. I don't know if there's a math. Wow, an entrepreneurial journey as a publisher, producer, providing marketing, sales strategies. How was I best going to tell that story? And it's been a wonderful 5 years. I've tested and researched, particularly the Cincinnati community where I live, Cincinnati, Ohio. I've lived in this market. My son Jordan was born in this market 38 years ago. He told me he had a lunch that he and I had just yesterday or 2 days ago. Um, Dad, you know I'm going to be 39 pretty soon. I said, "Yeah, Jordan, I've been counting. I've been counting 39 years." Um, it was on my 76th birthday last year. I said to him on my birthday, I said, "Do you know that I'm twice as old as you are now?" He said, the details are in the math. I said, "Yes, they are." Uh, so we've been talking something for 76 years of my life has been happening on a Saturday. It was quite natural that if I was going to do a video presentation of what it is, of what shows up, it would be every Saturday is Small Business Saturday. And then parentheses, as at least it has been in my family for 3 generations. And so we just continue on and build. And I am proud that I hope Susan shows up for soon, but she's 3 hours behind. Um, we have an exercise. I do it every day. I do it myself to see how good I am. I ask Google search. Everybody in the world has used the Google search, and I asked my search engine on the Google page, like you've all seen. Actually, my granddaughter did a drawing for me. It's on the refrigerator about me. I should have brought that up here. It's you do the Google search in the AI mode, and the information that I share, however I share it, is Google's Google's Gemini technology, G5, which is their AI technology platform. It was a logical place for me to be because I've been here for a long time. Why go anyplace? And that is what we. So it's fun that where I used to do um, Google searches, and I, for 3 years, if you search Small Biz David, a brand that I was creating, you're not getting much of a response. Small Biz David, because for some unknown reason that nobody has been able to describe to me. And a friend of mine just told me it happened last week. I saw a lot of years they would, if the search engine would say Small Biz space David. So subsequently, I wasn't necessarily Small Biz David wasn't getting the credit, but believe me, there was a lot of getting credit for stuff that I did. But that. But Google rewarded me. I was so proud when I got an email from them. It's about 10 years ago now. Uh, an email that Google sent to me, and it said, "Henceforth, now and forever, there's the algorithm David F. Small Biz David Leopold exists." I said, "Wow, that's pretty good." So if you go to the Google search engine in AI mode, oh, I never even thought about that. And do it in AI mode, you'll get the story before I'll get it. Oh, it's crazy. You got to stay ahead in technology if you're going to stay ahead. So it just keeps on going. Uh, yes, it just keeps on. We hope it just keeps on going. Uh, I actually live in the home. This is the second floor of a home of an 86-year-old man. And in 1 year, I moved into the home just almost exactly 1 year ago. He has become my best friend ever. How cool is that to meet my best friend ever? And it's been it's been a great experience to have that happen at this point in my life. So uh, going to the next thing, I celebrate business. My family has celebrated business. We want you to celebrate business. Please, please visit at least one small business in your community today, and thank, however it is that you thank the entrepreneur, small business owner. Thank that individual, male or female, uh, for the commitment, the life commitment that they have made. And that's really the true meaning of what today is all about. So do it however you do it, but please recognize and thank that small business person who provides the goods and services that we all need in one way or the other. So uh, I I hate to describe Susan without her here, without her listening, but as I said, if we need to start over for whatever reason, we will. Uh, this is what the Small Biz David A.I. Found out about Susan. Uh, she's an American film producer, writer, casting director. I said, wow. And she's my friend. uh, this is this is the information that I found on the Google search engine, which I've been using for 18 years. It's information about her. I just wasn't looking then, and it even says when she was born, which I am not going to tell you. Uh, I don't have her permission to do that. That's personal information. I uh, I do have to say that I didn't know she was that much younger than I am. She's even more fun. We've had some wonderful, wonderful conversations. And as I said, Susan is the only person that has ever challenged me um, about what it is that I was doing, how I was doing it, because that's what she does as good as it gets. You can't get a finer representation of what it's all about than the one that Susan can create for you. What does it say about her? Uh, I was amazed. All that information is there. It's the YouTubes that we have done, I suppose, Susan, I think you and I probably we've done at least a half a dozen YouTubes, and uh, well, I know one. I sent her one. I sent her. I don't know if it was the original one, but I sent her a YouTube that we did 15 years ago. I just sent it to her last week, and um, the conversation, the presentation, Susan, uh, it doesn't change, but the information does because you and I are we're 15 years older. But over the past, she's a marketing professional for over 30 years. Uh, I have the date that I didn't share with you. Um, I found she's president of the Funnel Media Group. I kind of knew that. I think I've seen those words. And owner of Susan Fitch Solutions. She's putting it all together. I've known Susan under a lot of things, a lot of brands, and uh, she certainly can provide the solution. No question about that. With over 30 years of experience in public relations, advertising, and digital marketing, and I will vouch for all that. And she does a wonderful job. Uh, uh, she gives you control of your marketing plan and translates geek speak into plain English. She's done a little bit of that for me. Over the past 7 years, she's been producing podcasts for various B2B companies, including this client list, Vanilla Soft, Altify, Lola.com, Connect and Sell, Siemens. That's a name that has been around for a million years and more. Currently, she's producing 9. Susan, you're out of control. She's producing 9 weekly shows and another 6 that are twice or once a month. You go, girl. uh, uh, by creating offers clients training materials. She tried with me, it didn't work. Libraries to allow them to delegate in-house or take the reins themselves. Absolutely, absolutely. She brings a new perspective to the knowledge you may have taken for granted for X number of years. A lot of years. Certainly, I fall into that category. Everything she does involves one or more of these elements: create, teach, inspire, advocate. Susan, I took the entrepreneur pledge in the uh, uh, waiting area of the Kauffman Foundation in 2010, same year that you and I met. I took the entrepreneurship pledge. I was one of the first 3,000 to take the pledge, and um, I once a year I read I read the pledge, giving you my interpretive update to to the pledge, but it's something very important. But now Susan, uh, with uh, she's adding new dimension because create, teach, inspire, advocate. That's what is at the guts of any business entity of any size, big or small or big. Uh, her clients know they'll have to do some work. Yeah, she gave me a to-do list that was about 100. You gotta do this. No way, Susan. But they will admit they are grateful for the knowledge and control they gain. Susan, thank you. I want to thank you for what you have done for me personally in the digital world, essentially. I want to share a story, a very wonderful story. Uh, in the summer of 2007, my son Jordan, who is now 38 years old, you know, I'm going to be 39, Dad, who is now 38 years old. He said to me in the summer, uh, 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 when he asked if it was okay if he studied marketing at the Ohio State University, and I said, "Of course, Jordan, you will add a new dimension to the layer." And in fact, Jordan has did. He said, "Dad, you're not branding yourself right. You're not marketing yourself right. Here's how you have to do it." Sound familiar? And he and I wrote a strategy. I gave I well, I had a lot invested in him, Susan. I had a huge parents loan at the Ohio State. No, I was with the government. Oh, those are birds outside the window. They hear me speaking. And the story goes on, Susan. Uh, I asked, there are two things that businesses have, any business, small or large, have to ask themselves right now. What value do you bring to the marketplace? Uh, and value is measured in different ways. That's okay. But what value do you bring to the marketplace? And here is the real determining factor with all that is going on the internet. And I just concluded a horrible experience with an AI company, supposedly. They kept taking money out of my account, and I had I said to the bank, "What's going on here?" And they said, "Well, we better issue a new card." I said, "Fine, do what you have to do." And I got the new card in 2 days, and I'm getting ready to activate the card. And I look at my bank account, and they've done it again. These people had this card, they had the last four digits of this card that I hadn't even activated yet. So they decided to take money out of my account again. And I said to my bank, how, when I haven't even activated this, how do they have access to it? And the response that I got was, there's a digital wallet created, and okay, whatever. It's the digital world we live in. Might as well be the wallets. And they get that information. And I said, that's horrible that they have information that about me that I don't even have about me yet. It's horrible. So I don't know if that's going to go anywhere. Hopefully it will. Uh, so value is extremely important. And here is what we have found value that Susan brings to the marketplace: content and brand strategy. I've talked to a lot of people in my lifetime in the last 55 years about content and strategy, and soon Susan is as good as it gets, period. Podcast production and coaching. Uh, we we last communicated, well, I don't know how far into the podcasting career that she was into, but what she is doing with it today, and I don't know if she's done that since the last time she and I spoke, but if she has, you go, girl. Podcast production and coaching, obviously, training and automation. Training, yes. Susan knows technology. She knows it as well as anybody that I've communicated with in the last 17 years. Um, Lots of folks in the technology world. and problem solving. And here's the thing that really got my attention. The fourth attribute was problem solving. She is known for her and then approach. Absolutely. Uh, the Here's the story. Now what? To Susan, I'm next steps. Soon as Susan is next steps, then and she will produce it for you. She'll write it for you. She'll create a podcast. She will create a video. Whatever the need is, Susan will be able to do that for you, and help and share the story about how you are a problem solver. That's what companies need today. We need folks who have a challenge to something that we don't, that they can do better than we can do. So we form a collaborative partnership to make that happen. Uh, Helping them find creative and productive solutions and avoiding client overwhelm. Susan, was that aimed at me? Avoid client overwhelmed, because clients can do it to you. But I say that sarcastically. The clients that I have had in the last 55 years of my life are unbelievable. Most of them have stepped outside of the business relationship that we had established to become friends, social friends, if you will. What's happening in your family? Here's what's happening in my family, kind of thing. And I've had a tremendous amount of folks, my clients, who have challenged me, challenged me with my abilities to solve a problem that they had in marketing and sales. Uh, if I can't solve a marketing and sales challenge that you have, whatever it might be, I've wasted. I've wasted all these years, but I've been blessed to work with the very small companies, company persons, individuals, sole proprietor, and now bots. It's amazing. It's amazing relationships that I have to establish with a bot in today's world. About a month ago, I bought my first internet advertising that I've ever bought. I'm an organic direct marketer, so I don't buy stuff. I invest it to get results, to see results, to understand things. But I bought my first uh, Google ad. If I'm inside of Google and I'm building the bot, we might as well have an ad to market the bot, was my thinking. And I ran an ad, and Google has I was to set the ad up. I'm actually dealing with a bot who controls the system that Google uses to develop a Google ad, and I'm having a wonderful experience. Um, in fact, and you bid for a day. You say, "Well, I'm willing to spend this much money, bring this much traffic to me." I was able, with a $30 spend, is all that I invested in it. I was able to get what they called views. I got 2,400 views to what I was doing with this bot, but it didn't produce any sales for what it is that well, SmallBizDavid A.I bot has a very unusual subscription uh, uh, program process. We're inviting 10,000 people only, Project 10,000, to buy. They will invest $99 in their subscription to the system. And what they get for their $99 is incredible. Once a month, they can send a question, uh, one question, uh, to. Oh no, they don't send it. They call a phone number. They leave a voicemail once a month for 12 months. That's 12 voicemails. And in return for the voicemail that they leave, they will get a SmallBizDavid AI bot generated next steps text. It will come in the form in a text message back to you. You can then take that information and go through the process that I have gone through uh, on the Google search engine in the AI mode. What it has done for me, you can see what it can do for you. And if you have questions about what it can do for you, you would be a great subscriber to the voicemail system. And only 10,000 folks are going to, well, because I'm not a 212 person uh, company, uh, Stephen Colbert, it's just me. Stephen Colbert is my favorite producer. Wow, he's what he does on television, late night television at 11:30. Uh, supposed to be Mondays through Fridays. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. We know he's been fired, and he's starting up a new dynamic, unbelievable concept. From what I'm reading, I haven't seen it yet. I do. I do get Stephen Colbert stories every single day in Facebook, so I know he's got something going on, investing dollars. But I'm understanding, and he just does it. He does it as well as I've ever seen. Uh, I've ever seen, and my history with late night television hosts goes back way back to when I was in high school. Every night, Monday through Thursday, my mother and I watched the Johnny Carson show. In those days, it started at 11:30 at night, went to 1 o'clock in the morning. Of course, we were watching in her bedroom, not mine. I had to go to my bedroom and get some sleep before I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get myself ready for school. That I know. But we watched Johnny Carson and talked about what he was doing, why he was doing it, uh, the folks that he was having on the show, and they were they were wonderful times, Mom. I had a lot of fun, and s- I'm only one person doing all these things. I wish I had 212 clones, although I did it. I saw the expression, I was reading something and it said digital clone. I said, wow, I want my own digital clone and I'm going to get one. Uh, I did this search, Google search in AI mode, Google search engine, and I asked the question, is SmallBizDavid AI bot a digital clone? And the answer that got back was extremely interesting. So, to the Google search engines, the SmallBizDavid AI bot is a non-sentient, sentient, sentient AI program used to publish and produce stories related to business and marketing. You forgot sales. That's very clear. It's marketing, sales, one word. Digital clone in the typical sense of the term. Well, so if it's not typical, we'll make it, I don't know what will. A digital clone or AI clone, and that's what we're going to do, usually refers to a sophisticated AI that mimics a specific personality, voice, and appearance. I will not go that far. I am not going to do somebody else's work. That I'll give them to Susan. Susan, they're yours to create um, a digital image presentation. How do you do it in the digital world? I would be honored to send your name to Susan. Uh, the SmallBizDavid AI bot appears to be an automated link ha appears to be an automated LinkedIn presence or content generation tool associated with a user named David F. Leopold. That is correct. I used to post in two places on inside of LinkedIn. And when I was getting 500 views per week in LinkedIn. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm not getting this one posting that I used to do. And I had created a lot of followers on that. Well, the numbers did quickly show it, how many followers there were. But now I'm down to, I think, what did I last read? It's like 100. The number is not important. The number is not important. I am still there in the fall. Do this. Yes, I'm still there in the call. But Susan isn't. Well, I will be doing a different, at a better time for Susan to produce what it is that I want to produce. And maybe it's good that she will watch this. That's what we'll do. She will watch the video that is being created and she will be the first one to figure out how to digitally clone what it is that I send to her. My gift to you, Susan, as a way of saying thank you for what you have done to me personally to think about what it is that I was doing and why I was doing it. It's the small business owner, entrepreneur has to go through that thought process. What it is that you're doing, what value do you bring to the marketplace, and why? The why part of that is trust. Why should people trust you? You and your company. There are millions, zillions of people offering things to sell. Why should I trust them over you? I trust a company that I thought was legitimate. And they may be, but what was being done to me was very illegitimate. Uh, 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 AI, I figured it early on, and I'm working with my bank, and uh, I hope they get to the bottom of what it is because it is not right. What is going on? Was going on? Susan will take what it is that the SmallBizDavid AI bot has created, overlay that, and create the first, to my knowledge, digital clones. And there's not a better place for not a better individual to need to pass that on to make it happen, because if anybody can make it happen, Susan is definitely. I don't know if Susan has a personal guarantee with she's got some kind of relationship worked out with her clients, but all the relationships that I have had with clients and customers over the years, and there's been thousands of them by this time, small ones, large ones, whatever is going on, association. At one time, I was the expert and authority at the Direct Marketing Association on insurance marketing, and that was in the years of 1994 to 1999. And I had access to just me and my ideas and the thoughts, uh, had access to 19 of the largest the 52 or 53 largest insurance companies in the country. I had access with 19 of them uh, for my expertise in marketing and sales, and really customer care. Way back then, I was spending way more time developing the customer care concept and how should customer care be accepted. And it's a touch point. Customer care is a touch point with the customer, and if done right, will enhance that relationship and create a lifetime value, a customer lifetime value, building it. And uh, that's what needs to be done in business, to continue to build it and build a relationship, and keep it going and collaborate. Another thing, a lesson that I have learned, uh, collaborate with folks. Uh, my experience and what I do is go out and market and test and try to understand human behavior, and why do people think the way they do, and what happens when they think the way they do, and how does that play out in the way of a sale, and the marketing done to that individual along the way to make that sale. Um, that's what I've been able to do for a long time with some very, very wonderful folks. And in those insurance years, about six of them were generating revenue for a company with whom I had a collaborative relationship, was generating revenue for them that exceeded over $40 million of actual service, contribution value. There was at least $40 million in the years that uh, there's over $40 million in the years that I was doing it, and that was a wonderful experience for me in my lifetime, and I got paid very well. I got compensated well for my services, not as well as I should have, but in retrospect, it was a huge period in my life, a period of growth. And the fun part of that story is I've had some Facebook communication with the individual that I had the most fun doing with him back then. Uh, we have some incredible stories, and there's a lot of things that were maybe happening because Jack and I lost touch. Um, I'm not even sure uh, politically, bureaucratically, how things were going at a time where I was going the very, very best at what I was doing in those years, and that was 94 to 99. Uh, Lots of really, really wonderful things made it happen. But clients, my relationships with the clients, they are the ones that have helped me to build and develop so that I can be satisfied with what the marketing and sales objective is. What is that objective? What is it that you're trying? Uh, what is the goal? And what marketing and sales strategy should you use in achieving those goals? That's very simple. What it's all about. And once again, I want to thank my son Jordan and Susan uh, for what they did for me personally to make me think about what it was I was doing, why I was doing it, and how I was doing it. Uh, I only knew how to do it the way I knew how to do it. I've been doing it for a long time, and I want to thank them for helping to bring me to today, so that the AI, so that the Small Biz David AI bot can zoom and become and evolve into also a digital clone of what it was that the bot established. And Susan will absolutely be able to assist in what that clone should look like. What's the brand? and why. The why will become very. The why is the business objective. The business objective is the why. Well, yes, and it doesn't have to necessarily be measured in dollars. It does not have to be measured in dollars. I, for one, never in all the objectives and all the projects that I've had, I have never projected a final number. I just did and evolved, and whatever it was, and then I moved on to do something else, and that was fine for me. That worked for me. I don't absolutely don't uh, uh, recommend that people use the same business model that I use, but it worked for me. It worked for me, and uh, the personal side of what I did. I have two sons, and both are at the very tops of their career of what it is that they are doing. Both of them, and they're young. They're under 40 years old, and they are at the top of what they are doing. And so I have challenged both of them to see, well, what's the next, what's your next step? And oh, Dad, that's too much. But they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. They've done a wonderful job in figuring it out for the 37 and 38 years that they have been figuring it out. They've done a wonderful job as parents. Uh, their relationship with their children, the things that they've done professionally. They're partners. They're life partners. My two daughters-in-law are the daughters I never had, and they are part of my son's life, and it's amazing. So uh, it's fun watching this all grow. And in fact, this is absolutely true. Not only did Jordan challenge me in 2007, it was 5 years ago. My oldest grandchild, a daughter, Eloise, challenged me with a question that she asked me. We were doing a video meeting, FaceTime. That's how I've watched her grow up for the most part and learn and ask questions and subsequently me. I've visited with them a lot, but we've done a lot of video communicating. We were doing a FaceTime one day, and she saw well, she didn't see that. That's changed. That's only a year old. I started developing what's behind me in the last year that I've been here, because I've lived in the second floor of this house for almost an entire year now, uh, creating. So it's been amazing an experience, and uh, I want to find and develop and take to the next level 10,000 folks only, 10,000 only, and develop and produce and tell the story, produce the story that shares the value that they bring to the marketplace. And the fact that we're doing a video and exposure, we'll build that. That's the beginning of building trust. Is a video that somebody can watch you and whatever, do what you do, watch a video about you, start to learn, should I trust this individual? And uh, that's I want to produce 10,000 of those value trust stories and things along the way. Uh, Ask questions. Uh, what are the next steps? Uh, I've seen a lot of next steps in the 55 years that I've been doing business, and you have to be able first uh, to dream about it, think about it. Brian Tracy wrote in that book when I met him, that those 45 minutes. he said, after listening to my story of about 45 minutes, he signed and said, signed the book and said, there are no limits. There are no limits to what you do. And if you are passionate about what it is that you do, persistence. If you're passionate about it, you probably are persistent, but don't give up. Keep at it because it's the right thing to do. So that is why you're passionate about it. That is why you're persistent, taking your time to develop that. But the thing where most folks uh, have not, for whatever reason, uh, they don't possess the last P that I profess, and that's patience. You have to be patient. Everything take a day at a time, literally a day at a time, but understand what's the learning at a day. What did you learn that day that took you closer to the goal that it is that you wanted to establish? That's what it's all about. I have told folks constantly in my lifetime of 55 uh, plus years, uh, I'm a work in progress. It's I don't want finality to what it is that I'm doing. I want to keep on going till I can't do it anymore. Um, that's that's the patience. That's what I've devoted my life to. That's what I pledged to do. That's what I pledged to do back in 2010 in the lobby of the Kauffman Foundation when I took the entrepreneur's pledge. But I had to give back. As part of the pledge, I had to give back to the community and as my way of saying thank you of what it is that you gave to me to get to where I am today. Uh, and uh, that's what I've been doing. And if it works for me and if it helps me establish the goals and objectives that I have, why can't it for you? Just emulate and ask questions of me, challenge me. And that collaboration that we have met gets to the next step. Uh, I am. Oh, I didn't finish my thoughts about the personal guarantee that I make in everything that I do. Everything that I do. Anytime a person has invested money in whatever it was, whatever project I had, um, this is the most direct. It's the voicemail the subscriptions is the most direct contact that I've had with folks, certainly digitally. In the old days, we went, uh, I personally met uh, all the folks that advertised with me back in my early publishing days. I still communicate with folks, relationships that I established way back then. They follow me on Facebook, and that's why I chose Facebook as a platform to produce information, create videos, tell my legacy story. Why should I tell my legacy story on Facebook and build it on their servers? Uh, Technology speaking, I've had a real struggle, a very, very big struggle with videos, with Facebook's, particularly their video technology. Uh, and let's put it in the category of publishing technology. I've been challenged to do things differently, and Facebook is for me, in my opinion, has established some very, very bad priorities and not uh, dealing with me, really being collaborative with me in the relationship that we have established. They've been anti-collaborative, to be quite frankly, because people who are spending money, and I've never spent a dime on Facebook, I never will spend a dime on Facebook. Uh, those folks come first in the way they're positioned and the way they're published and how I read them, how I am exposed to them, the views that are generated, the reels that I look. I view reels every single day. Every single day I spend uh, at least 15 minutes going reels. And they are folks, I don't pick new folks. It's very hard to get a new one, but I've got a good collection of folks whose reels I follow very, very closely. Speaking about podcasts, Susan Finch uh, somehow try to connect with the Kelsey brothers. The podcast that they are doing is outstanding. I watch that podcast someplace. It's all over the place. Every single day, I imagine. Now, I'll not anytime I'm online for an extended period of time, I will watch one of their podcasts. They are great. They are outstanding podcasts, and the stories they tell and the characters that they develop, and it's just it's a wonderful story. And only we hear it's going to get better. The marriage ceremony that the tea people that they're going to have in the place that they have picked out to stage it, and what's going to happen is it's truly. Can I get invited? Uh, Susan would love to do a podcast of that whole because she's an producer, American film producer, writer, and creative director. You go, girl. It's it's been it's been a lot of fun and getting funner all the time for me to do the things that I want to do and create my next steps. I have to create next steps for myself, and I have a big. Well, before I get to a conversation about that, um, one thing that I'm suggesting about a subscription uh, uh, to SmallBizDavid AI bot voicemail system return next steps text $99 investment would make a great that that'll be my small business Saturday offer. That $99 investment, because when I am involved in the project, my personal guarantee is that the relationship, the collaborative partnership that we have defined between the two of us, it's not over. It's not done until you say it is. You say it is. And if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, that I need to be doing, I'll do it. Because, and if it takes forever, it takes forever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I have that kind of patience. It boils down to that. Uh, I can understand why an entrepreneurial small business owner doesn't have patience. I can understand. I don't accept it, but I understand it. Uh, and that mentality, um, it needs a change, uh, because if you're doing the right things, you are bringing value, creating value in somebody else's life, whomever that might be. Um, that's the value you bring in. Obviously, you have that relationship because of a trust issue that exists between the two. Then that's why folks should collaborate, and that's why there must be uh, business collaborations every day, ongoing, because that's what determines if there's going to be a tomorrow. That's the collaboration that has been made, and it's always good to get an advance start on tomorrow whenever you can, and it starts with that collaborative partnership that you build. Um, that will guarantee tomorrow, but doesn't. You need to change what it is you're doing. So, one thing that I will be doing in the very, very near future with Susan is to create a conversation with her but I'm going to have her watch this video that I created, and that's the conversation then that we will have the next time that we speak. Uh, Things happen in life for, with purpose and for a reason, and need to understand what that is, get an understanding of it, and move on to the next step. That's uh, just follow directions. They're written there for you. Just follow the directions, and keep it as simple as you possibly can, and you'll be able to achieve whatever it is. I said earlier, and didn't finish that thought, that in my lifetime, money has never been a major motivator to me. What has been the motivator to me is to set a goal and objective and realize it. Because along the way, if you're doing the right thing, uh, revenue will be generated, as it was, and you had a household and you raised children, and you did what you had to do to get to the next step, and that's a part of everybody's life. Having to go through that process, and what is the next step, and how can we work together to create whatever the next step might be. I'm looking right now. Yesterday, this picture was taken uh, about 24 hours ago. This picture that I'm looking at was taken about 24 hours ago, and it's with my oldest grandson. And Max is 6 years old, and to watch him grow has been unbelievable. I've got 3 new pieces of art that he created, but it wasn't yesterday that the last lunch that we had, he created 3 pieces of art for me in the time that we were together at lunch, that I have hanging on the refrigerator right now. And it's unbelievable uh, what he created in the time that we were sitting there for lunch. So uh, as I and my son Jordan took this picture, and my commentary, my caption to that picture is, "Ready, Max? Here we go." Just the look on his face and Grandpa's face, and uh, that's the beginning of that story. Where do we go from here? Uh, Art wise, he's extremely talented and creative, and always again, and he has language communication skills that I did not have those same skills when I was 6 years old. They developed. Uh, they were out of control when I was a fifth grader, but they developed, and Max has done a wonderful job, and to be able for him to complete sentences with complete thoughts. It's fun to watch that happen, and it certainly was happening. Uh, One thing. 2 things. The reason I was very, very pleased with the response, the initial test market research that I did with Google Ads. I was very, very pleased with the results. And I was even more pleased, I think, I don't know yet, I will know December 10th. I think December 10th, um, uh, Google has made the decision that in the headline of an ad that I do, a Google ad, I can put a phone number. If I'm understanding what I'm seeing, that I'll be able to do that on December 10th. So the December 10th, I'll run that ad again with the um, direct line with the line to the voicemail. There's a landline in the basement, and its only purpose is to take voicemails from folks that we have this communication. Um, uh, if you are going to, and here's what I'll say, as my offer, as my give back to the community, uh, anybody who has gotten this far in the YouTube, the video, however you're watching it. Uh, if you dial the number 513-533-0280, 513-533-0280. If you dial that number, it will go. You can leave a voicemail there, and if you leave a voicemail there, you will get a return next step text message from SmallBizDavid AI bot. That's what you get if you dial that number. You can, for $99, you can leave 12 messages for every month in 2026, one message every month as part of your subscription. Another great value because I can, without even meeting you, if I can't create $99 of value for you in an initial exposure, that's amazing. A lot of folks have invested way more than $99 to have that one-on-one exposure. You will create value from moment one. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you. If you should ever need to email me as the way that we have a communication, and that was going to be a potentially a very hard one because I'm going to get lots of emails to the address dleopold@dreamingwithentrepreneurs.com. That's dleopold@dreamingwithentrepreneurs.com. Oh, some Facebook action is needed. I'll dismiss it. I'll just exit out. And I'll X that out. And I'll get some message letters from Facebook. If you need to email me, it's dleopold@davidsbarter.com. That email address has been in existence since at least 2010. 2010 was the first year that dleopold@davidsbarter.com was created, and just because of so many people have communicated with me on that particular email, I've never changed it. I just paid last week a fee to Network Solutions, albeit a very small fee because it was a large fee. I was never going to pay it, but for a very small amount of money, I can protect that name because I bought the original from them a long time ago. Moved it once for sure, maybe twice. Moved it once or twice from them. I was over at GoDaddy for a while, for a couple years. But I've kept it, and so for a very, very small amount of money, I was able to keep my subscription. I keep that name in case I forget to pay it. Then somehow I'll get a note saying you haven't paid yet, and we'll just see. We'll just see what happens, where I am in life when that note comes. Then we'll make the evaluation. Thank you for your time today. Okay, so as my way to say thank you. Oh, and by the way, that $99 gift subscription to your favorite entrepreneur, your favorites. Why don't you give a 99 contribution to a small business owner in your neighborhood? How cool would that be? Then the network starts to build, and as I said I actually said this in why I printed the book in 2000 and published the book in 2007. So first in 2008, I had Give the Gift of Entrepreneurship Learning. And I said that in 2008, I created this envelope, not this particular one, but the design. And today, the gift of entrepreneurship learning will certainly be the $99 subscription to the SmallBizDavid AI bot voicemail next steps text system. And thank you. So where's the timer here? On this one, there is not a timer on the front screen. On Facebook, my goodness, on Facebook, I've been on Facebook for an hour, almost an hour and 25 minutes. Thank you if you're still here. And if you need to tell your friends and relatives and followers, let me know, and we'll send some kind of URL to them, or get onto my Facebook page somehow. That's how all of this stuff works. We hope. Most of the time it works. I had a horrible time with technology when I left this desk. And I know how things work at this desk. When I left this desk, I had my iPad with me because I know I've done a personal Google Meet on that iPad, but I've never tried to record a personal Google Meet. And so when I was 2.5 hours away from this desk, and I tried to record, I couldn't. I'm trying to look for a solution on Thanksgiving Day, and that's probably the worst day of the year to try to find a solution to anything outside the realm of a family when you interact with your family. But it was I didn't come well. The best solution I could come with, because I am patient, and hopefully the individual with whom I'm trying to collaborate is patient. In Barbara's case, we just moved the video to Monday rather than Friday, the next Monday, and we have made many changes over the years of days and times. And as I said, I'll send a copy of what has just been created to Susan, and then she and I will discuss next steps for the conversation that we have. So that's how it works. Thank you. Oh, I haven't turned this off yet. I'm going to end my Google Meet first. I usually end this one first. Let's see what happens. I end this one first. Let's see if I know I'm too low on power. And view posts. I guarantee you there's no sound. Let's see if there's any sound to it. Once again, I cannot hear any sound. I see what I'm doing, but I can't hear what I'm doing. So that's why I repost whatever it is I'm doing on this computer. I get it into the social media networks that way. Okay, so we know that is, so we can just stop that. And we know we have to post whatever we make here. YouTube folks, I know Google Meet folks, you'll become a YouTube sometime today, sometime very, very soon. I will upload what I just recorded in Google Meet. I'll upload it to YouTube, and you will be able to find it at, I don't have it written down, but youtube.com at David F. Leopold. youtube.com at David F. Leopold is my YouTube channel. There are 4 different tabs that you can choose from to watch a video, to observe video. The first tab, YouTube controls, I have no control over it, so I don't even pay attention to it. The next 2 tabs, I record inside of those 2 tabs, those pages, depending upon the type of conversation that I'm having. So those are the next 2 tabs. And the final tab I've not done too much with. I don't know what I was trying to do with it. Actually, something happened and I didn't want it to happen, but it happened, and that's why that's there. And I don't do much with that. So the second tab and the third tab are the main ones for me on YouTube. That's it for today. And once again, I will remind you, if you didn't hear me the first time and you're still here, thank you for both. that uh, today, today, Small Business Saturday, please, please take your time to thank a small business owner in your neighborhood, in your market, and however you want to do it. So, somebody that you do business with, or somebody who you'd like to do business with, just take the time to go in and thank the owner, entrepreneur, for the commitment that they have made to make to bring value to you, to perceive value that they have to you about their small business, whatever it might be. It might be a retail thing, it might be a conceptual thing. It doesn't matter. They are trying to establish a value with you. And remember, never forget that touch point that is created, that touch point, that customer value touch point. Touch points is what you want to have in the lifetime value, the true lifetime value of your customer. You need to have touch points. The more touch points you have, the more value, lifetime value that will be created. No question about it. Um, uh, Something that I discussed today that we have available that has happened along the way, and all the things that we've been doing, is an 8-day system that can go into any of the 387 metropolitan statistical areas, MSA, in the United States. Any one of the 387 MSAs, that system can be installed in your market. And I will personally guarantee that the market noise that is created in your market, the local noise, will be something that you can dream of. You can dream of, because the system will create it for you. If it's done it for me, we'll figure out how to make it do the same thing for you. So thank you for your time today, and you know how to get in touch with me should you have anything, and we will see you soon. Oh, stop the recording. I always forget to do that. Stop the recording.